What's up guys, Luke Deutschlander here with another video. If you guys like my videos, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. For those of you guys who don't know me, I've been buying and reselling smartphones and electronics for the past 6 years, and I am the founder of www.phoneflippingacademy.com. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about the 3 most common phone flipping scams, and the reason being is somebody tried to scam me today, and I thought it was pretty funny. You know, to somebody who's newer, might not have been so funny because it might have just happened, but they didn't get by me and I ended up getting the phone for a really low price because after I called the person on the scam in person, they actually kind of felt embarrassed, and so I ended up getting the phone for exactly what I wanted for. Basically, it was an iPhone 8 Plus. Sadly, I did not have a pocketed shirt on today because it's super cold out and it's been snowing all day, but I got an iPhone 8 Plus 256 gigabyte for $200, clean ESN. However, the camera has a very small crack in it. Now, the scam of it was the no power scam. The number one scam is the no power scam. Now, the good thing about the no power scam, guys, is typically people only try and scam you with this on lower end phones, because most people, when they're trying to sell a newer or higher end phone, they actually don't really have this issue. And the reason being is most phones that are sold with no power are usually older phones that, you know, either the batteries are dead or maybe they're water damaged. It can happen on newer phones, but it's more common on older phones. So you guys are probably wondering, what is the no power scam? So the no power scam is basically a scam where the person will try and message you trying to pass you off a phone that would otherwise be expensive if the battery was fixed, but they don't tell you what actually happened to the phone. And I want to talk to you guys about how you can figure out what's wrong with the phone, or if you should take the deal or if you shouldn't. So the no power scam, guys, is basically a customer will call you and say, hey, I have an iPhone 8 Plus, there's nothing wrong with it, just for some reason it won't turn on. So the key word, guys, is some reason. So the customer obviously knows why his phone won't turn on because it was probably his personal phone. Most of the time when somebody tries to sell you a no power phone, it was their personal phone. Now the question is, does the phone have no power because a customer dropped it in a drink at the bar? Does the phone have no power because a girl was out at the bar with her friends and she dropped the phone in the toilet and she tried, you know, sawing out the phone. She tried throwing out the phone in rice for 2 days and it just won't turn on. So now she calls you and wants to pass the phone off on you because you buy phones for cash and she doesn't know you and she doesn't care if you get a crappy phone and don't make any money on it. So the no power scam, guys, that's just one of many, you know, basically things you got to watch out for. Another thing with the no power scam, it could be the fact that the customer might have used the wrong charger with it and maybe the phone overheated, or maybe the battery on the phone doesn't work, or, you know, maybe the battery melted on the inside. Now those are kind of rare instances. The biggest one we see with the no power scam, guys, is usually the person has dropped the phone in water. Now here's where it gets tricky, and this is where the no power scam can really screw you. So if you guys have a clean, clear iPhone that you buy with no power, now even if it ends up being water damaged and you appraised it correctly, you might be okay on the profit of the deal. However, where you'll lose profit is if when you turn the phone on, or let's say you resell the phone online on eBay or another marketplace, and the person who gets the phone says, sir, I powered the phone on, or I changed the battery on the phone and turned it on. However, there's an iCloud lock on here. So people will use the no power scam. Not only will they use it to try and tell you that there's nothing wrong with the phone, it just won't turn on. They won't actually tell you that it was dropped in water or something. However, they'll also use it to cover up defects of the phone. Let's say you turn the phone on or you get a new battery, and let's say the volume keys don't work, or let's say the home button doesn't work. All features that basically you would need the phone to be powered up live to be able to see these things. And then same thing with like an iCloud lock. Now you can run the IMEI on the phone, or you can pop the SIM card tray out on the phone. There's a couple places you can find the IMEI, and you can try looking that phone up on one of the IMEI checking sites. Like you could check IMEI Pro, or you could check SickW.com, which are 2 sites that I highly recommend. However, if the phone has been deactivated for a long time, sometimes those sites are not accurate when it comes to checking on an iCloud locked device. Most of the time they are, but that's where it all comes back to the no power scam and why that one is a bad one, and it is one of the most common phone flipping scams that you guys will deal with in this business. So how I recommend avoiding that is basically, if you guys are going to purchase no power phones, which is totally fine, if it's an iPhone, appraise it at the most defective rate you can. And what I mean by that is appraise it as if it's got an iCloud lock on it, as if it's got a cracked screen. You basically want to lowball the crap out of a customer that's trying to sell you a no power device, because you have no idea what's hiding on that thing when it gets powered up, or whoever you sell it to. You don't know what they're going to find on it, if they're going to find passwords, a lock screen, or what. So basically make sure you guys buy them very, very, very cheap, because you never ever know what's going to be behind that no power. No power phones don't sell all that good anyways, but if you do buy them, just make sure you guys are buying them cheap, so you know you'll either make your money back or break even, worse comes to worse. So just keep that in mind. Now, there's a couple other scams I want to talk about. Like I said, we got 3 to talk about today. The other one is this one. This is number 2 on the list. The no internet or password scam. And this one is kind of a common scam too. The no internet or password scam. So, sometimes you guys will have a customer who will hit you up late at night. They sound super enthusiastic on the phone. Hey man, I need money. I need to sell my phone. Hello. You know, they'll just be blowing up your phone. They'll be sending text message after text message. And then you say, okay, cool. Where do you want to meet up? Well, you could come to my house, or you could meet me, you know, halfway down this street next to Burger King or something like that, or whatever they say. Now, the reason why we never ever meet somebody in a non-public place is because if you meet at a Starbucks or a McDonald's, those places have Wi-Fi in them. And we need Wi-Fi to verify that the phone doesn't have any passwords on it, that it starts up, that it works correctly. So here's the scam. And an experienced person usually won't get scammed by this one, but I have had a few people that have actually had this get by them that should have known better. But when you're with a customer, sometimes people can be persuasive. So here's how we avoid this scam. So the no internet scam basically is the customer tries to get you to meet up somewhere where there's no internet available. Now this is a problem, and here's why. So the iPhones have what's called iCloud. You guys all know this. Maybe some of you don't. But the iPhones have this iCloud password on them, and if a phone has an iCloud on it, it's basically a paperweight. So here's a common scam. So customer will have you meet up with them somewhere where there's no internet, and you'll be appraising an iPhone. Let's say it's an iPhone 8 Plus, and it's worth pretty good money. I mean, you're going to pay probably $300-$400 for this thing by the time the deal's over. And the customer is going to say, as you're going through the phone, well, there's an iCloud on it, and you're obviously going to be alarmed. But the customer is going to say, I don't have a SIM card or anything, so we can't log out of the iCloud, but when you get home, I'll text you the password. Don't fall for this. So you guys need to be connected to either Wi-Fi or a cellular network to actually fully log out of someone's iCloud, because of the fact that most iClouds are backed up and they actually won't log out of the phone unless they're connected to the internet. So that way the iCloud account can connect with the iCloud server and verify that the cloud is being removed and the password is entered incorrectly. And I believe it's the same thing when it comes to Samsung phones, guys. If there's a Google account on it, you need to have internet. So do not fall for the no internet and then get stuck with a password locked phone. Hence why it's called the no internet password scam. People will try and meet up with you where there's no internet available or no cellular connection, and then you'll be stuck with a phone that you'll never ever get the password for, no matter how trusting the customer seems. Now, one way you can avoid this, and you can actually meet up with anybody, anywhere, is buy a phone and enable hotspot on it. So mobile hotspot, guys, most newer phones have it on it. Basically what it is, it's just basically a mobile Wi-Fi connection off of your phone's cellular network. Now, you usually have to go to your carrier and basically have them set this in your phone. And when you enable that, you can basically connect any phone to it and you'll have your own little password. It's like a portable Wi-Fi hub right off your phone. So that is one way to indefinitely solve this problem. But never ever, guys, buy a phone with no Wi-Fi or no internet connection or no cellular connection to the device that you're buying, just because of the fact that this password scam is very, very, very common. So between the two, guys, the no power scam and the no internet password scam, you're pretty much foolproof. Now there's one more that can really mess up your appraisal and your profit ratings, and we're going to talk about it right now. So the third one, and this one, it's a scam, but at the same time, sometimes I like to try and give the customer the benefit of the doubt and say maybe they really don't know, but at the same time, just everything I've seen, I feel like people always really want to know, but they only tell you what they're going to tell you. So the third most common scam, guys, is the I don't know, the carrier scam. And for those of you guys that are newer, maybe you guys don't know what carrier is. And we're going to talk about that. So the I don't know, the carrier scam. So this, guys, is kind of a common, it's kind of a scam, yet kind of just a basically subtle way for the customer to just kind of act clueless and play like they don't know anything about the phone, which is not true, guys. Most customers that are selling their phones know everything about the phone. You guys know in this day and age that people's phones are like their babies. They literally hold them and look at them more often than they do anything else in their life. Everybody's got to have their phone, and when somebody's phone goes missing, you know, if you've ever been out with your friends, somebody's phone goes missing, the first thing is, where's my phone? Where's my phone? Everybody freaks out. Hey, can you call my phone? Hey, how about you? Can you call my phone? Because I don't know where my phone is. Everybody freaks out. So when somebody says they don't know anything about their phone, don't take that, guys. Now, some customers are honest, and maybe they just don't know if you're dealing with somebody who's elderly or maybe a family person, but even those people sometimes prove themselves to have known better. It's just they were out to try and scam you or make a buck off you, and you not make a profit off their phone because they're just not a good person. So the third scam, guys, is, like I said, the I don't know what the carrier scam is. So what is this scam? Basically, guys, when you call a customer and you're trying to appraise something over the phone, let's say you're appraising an iPhone XS. That's what I got right here. This is personally the phone that I use, an iPhone XS. So you're on the phone with the customer and you're talking to them, and you say, hey, my name's so-and-so. I pay cash for smartphones, electronics. How can I help you? You get through the conversation. Okay, you get the guy's name. The guy's name's Taylor. Well, thanks, Taylor. I super appreciate it, man. Oh, by the way, what carrier is the phone for? Now, Taylor claims that he doesn't know, but Taylor actually knows that his phone is for Sprint and that the phone is blacklisted through Sprint, or the phone is locked through Sprint, or it has a bill owed on it. So that's why this is a scam, because it can throw so many things off with your appraisal. So Taylor's going to lie to you, and Taylor goes, yeah, Luke, the phone is through AT&T. So Taylor tells me that the phone is through AT&T. He says the carrier is AT&T. So I go and I look up and I do my appraisal. I get a couple comparisons, and I'm like, wow, an XS 256. That's what this is. It's a 256, guys. For AT&T, and it's clean, clear, and it's in good condition. I mean, I'll probably give you, I don't know, 550, 600 bucks for it. This is just off the top of my head, by the way, guys. But that sounds about right. So let's just say I say that. Now, when I end up driving and wasting my time and getting all the way to Taylor, who's got this nice, clean AT&T XS phone, iPhone XS, it turns out when I get there, the phone is actually through Sprint. Now, somebody like myself that's more experienced is going to catch this scam every single time because I check multiple ways. But if you do get scammed this way, when I go back home and I go to resell this, if I gave him an AT&T price, when I go and list this and find out that it's Sprint, I am not going to make any money, and I'm probably going to lose money. For those of you guys that haven't seen some of my earlier videos, we always appraise Sprint and T-Mobile as bad ESN because Sprint and T-Mobile are the bottom feeders of the mobile phone industry because of the fact that their credit policies are more lenient than AT&T and Verizon's, meaning that they attract customers that have a lesser credit rating. Apologize, that was a tongue twister. They attract customers that have a lesser credit rating, and so for that reason, the customers that Sprint and T-Mobile normally attract, guys, are actually people who have a very, very big history on having credit problems. So for that reason, most of their customers end up defaulting on their bills, or they just don't pay them, or they go sell their phones for cash to some pawn shop or to us or to anywhere just to get money. And unfortunately for Sprint and T-Mobile, that is why we always appraise them as bad ESN. Now, AT&T typically doesn't blacklist or block their devices for non-payment, and that's why AT&T devices are normally appraised as clean ESN. So you see where the scam comes in, the I don't know what the carrier scam is. If you appraise a phone as the wrong carrier because you trusted the customer too much instead of checking it out yourself or trusting your gut or just giving them a lower price, you could lose some serious money. Now the difference between a clean ESN XS and a bad ESN is probably around $200. So you could be out $200 just because of the fact that the customer lied to you. Now there is the whole debate if the customer really knew. Now when I talk about this, what I'm getting at is some people don't know the name or the word carrier. So if you ask a customer on the phone, yeah, what carrier is the phone for, sir? What you can do if they don't understand you or you can sense some hesitation is say, if the customer, here's two examples that can happen. I'll break it down for you guys. So if you're on the phone with the customer and you say, okay, awesome, so it's an iPhone XS 256 gigabyte, what carrier is it for, sir? So then when you say carrier, the guy might respond in one of two ways. He might say this, I don't know. Now, when they say I don't know, guys, it could be a scam. Like I mentioned earlier, he could be just fronting and trying not to tell you the original carrier because he knows it's blacklisted. Or sometimes, guys, they really don't know. And what you can do then, so this is the first example, he might say I don't know, or he might say I'm thinking it's unlocked. So this is another thing to watch out for is unlocked. People will just say their phone's unlocked, and that's not the case. Phones usually don't just come unlocked. So these are the two things that might happen. So you ask the customer, I don't know what the carrier is. Okay? He's going to say, I don't know what the carrier is, or he's going to say, I'm thinking it's unlocked. Or you'll just say, what carrier is it? And they'll say, it's unlocked. So what you can do to actually X out both of these, so I'm going to X out both of these back here. The best thing to do when a customer says, I don't know, or he says the phone is unlocked, say, okay, awesome, and then say, what phone company? See, phone company is a broader term and more people understand it, especially older people or people who just don't speak phone lingo that much. So you say, okay, awesome, what phone company did you use it on? So when you guys say this, what phone company did you use it on? Typically, guys, when you say, okay, awesome, what phone company did you use it on? Then you will get a straight answer from the customer. And the reason being also is, if the customer didn't understand when you said carrier, you're also kind of speaking their language and you're speaking a very friendly language. You're not making the customer feel insignificant. You don't get mad at them and say, why don't you know what carrier it's for? Or, no, you're stupid, it's not unlocked, there's no such thing unless the phone's completely paid for and you have proof of it. So you guys get what I'm saying? So by basically kind of redirecting the customer's question to, okay, awesome, what phone company did you use it on? It encourages the customer to open up, and that's how you avoid the I don't know the carrier scam. And like I said, there are some people out there that might still lie even when you try this sales tactic. But most of the time when you say, okay, awesome, what phone company did you use it on? Typically the customer will open up in that situation and then you guys can figure it out. Now, a couple ways to indefinitely check what phone company the carrier is for is, one, you can grab the IMEI off the SIM card tray and you can run it on sickw.com and then do a paid check for 10 cents. And after you pay the 10 cents, you click Apple Basic Info and that will usually tell you which carrier the phone company is from and the model. Now, another thing you can do is you can go on eBay and you can order a T-Mobile SIM card, a Sprint SIM card, a Verizon SIM card, and an AT&T SIM card. And when you're connected to Wi-Fi, you can reset the phone and then you can try activating the phone with one of those dummy SIM cards. The SIM cards do not have to have service on them. Now, if the phone accepts, say, a Sprint SIM card, the phone is most likely Sprint. Then you take the SIM card out, you reset it again, and then you try activating it with an AT&T SIM card. Now, on newer phones, you don't need to reset them. You can actually just put a different SIM card in, and if it won't work with that SIM card, the phone will actually take you back to the start screen when it comes to iPhones. So just keep that in mind, guys. I kind of just wanted to talk about these 3 common scams just because of what happened today, and I thought it would be an awesome video for you guys. You know, whether you're newer or older in the phone industry, this is all really good stuff that you guys just want to brush up on, because you know what? Sometimes when you're a professional or you're a pro or whatever you want to call yourself, you're a veteran, you've been doing this for 4 or 5 years or even 2 years or even a year, and you think you're really awesome, sometimes it's the common stuff that gets by you because you get so comfortable and confident in your own ability that one smooth customer might get something by you, and then that's when you get scammed and you feel dumb because you should have known better. So whether you're new or old, this is good stuff to go over. If you're new, this is super solid stuff that you guys want to get down. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'll see you guys tomorrow in another video, and make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Like I said earlier this year, $1,000 to one lucky subscriber, so make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. If I fail to do a video a day this year, I'm going to do my best, and if I go into the hospital or something, or let's say an accident happens this year, I will make sure I post a video from the hospital. It'll probably be a YouTube live or a Facebook live, and I'll let you guys know. I can't upload a video today because I am sitting in the hospital with a broken leg or something like that. So, but I'm going to do my best, guys. No excuses. I'm trying to motivate you guys also, so no excuses on my end. It's been a busy year, but I really am excited to, just be back here on YouTube and just, be doing stuff with you guys and doing the videos. I love your guys' comments, so if you guys got any comments, questions, or a video you want to see next time, just let me know, and I will make sure I do a video on it, and we will talk about it. So, thanks again, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.